The house behind the hill. Emma was a 14-year-old girl who lived in a quiet village. Behind her school there was a big hill. On top of that hill there was an old house. No one had lived there for over 50 years. People in the village said the house was haunted. Some said they saw lights in the windows at night. Others said they heard voices. Children were always told to stay away. But Emma was curious. She liked scary stories. One Friday afternoon after school, she decided to go and see the house for herself. The sky was gray and the wind was cold. She walked slowly up the hill, her heart beating fast. The trees moved with the wind, and they made strange, whispering sounds. When Emma arrived at the house, it looked even scarier up close. The door was old and broken. The windows were dirty. A black bird flew from the roof and made a loud noise. Emma jumped, but then smiled nervously. She pushed the door open. It made a loud creaking sound. She stepped inside. The air smelled bad, like wet wood and dust. Leaves covered the floor. She said, "Hello." No one answered. She walked down the hallway. It was dark and cold. Suddenly, an old clock on the wall started ticking. But Emma saw that it had no batteries. She looked up the stairs. Something moved quickly at the top. Emma stopped. Her legs were shaking. She whispered to herself, "Maybe it's just the wind." She slowly climbed the stairs step by step. The floor creaked under her feet. On the wall, she saw old black and white photos. One photo showed a little girl. And that girl looked just like her. Emma touched the photo. Suddenly she heard a voice. A whisper. It said, "Emma." She turned around quickly, but no one was there. She ran into a nearby room. It was a child's bedroom. A small bed, a doll, and a wooden rocking chair were inside. The chair started moving by itself. Back and forth. Back and forth. Emma's eyes grew wide. She walked backward. Then she felt something cold touch her arm. She screamed. She turned around. In the corner of the room there was a dark shadow. It didn't move. She shouted, "Who are you?" There was no answer. The shadow slowly pointed to the window. Emma looked outside. It was now night. She had only been inside for 10 minutes, but outside it was completely dark. Something was wrong with the house. She ran down the stairs. But when she reached the front door, it was gone. A wall had taken its place. She cried, "Let me out." The lights in the house turned on by themselves. Then she heard the whisper again. "Emma!" Her voice shook. She turned around and saw a mirror. In the mirror she saw the same girl from the photo. But this time the girl moved. She said, "Stay with me." Emma shook her head. She said, "No, I want to go home." The mirror started to crack. The room became freezing cold. Emma closed her eyes and screamed, "Leave me alone." For a moment there was silence. Then she opened her eyes. She was outside the house. The door was closed again. The sun was shining. Birds were singing. Emma looked at her hands. She was holding the same old photo from inside. The girl in the picture was smiling. But now Emma's face was also in the photo. She dropped the photo and ran home. She never told anyone what happened that day. She never went back to the hill. But sometimes at night she heard someone whisper her name. And sometimes when she passed a mirror, She didn't see only herself.